right, folks. You are listening to Busker Broadcast, and my good buddy VADEN Landers just came in. You want to say hello?
Hi, folks.
How's it going with you today?
Pretty good. It's pretty good as a rainy day can be.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's getting a little colder. I figured it might be a good idea to do a little bit of talking about what it's like for buskers in the winter and the whole booking / busking / what do you do with yourself December through February issue for a street performer.
I guess, well, busk as many times as you possibly can until those winter days are gone. Try to book as many good things in advance as you possibly can. The most part, it's not too hard, but if you don't have your what you need to do set up, which I'm struggling with right now, then it gets a little hard and everything's kind of down to the wire until spring hits up again.
Yeah, definitely. So, for Asheville, do you feel like the majority of buskers leave town over the winter?
I feel like they either leave town to go tour, or they just go to New Orleans, or just, I don't know, they stick it out here, which most, I think, leave, probably.
So you say Asheville kind of goes running on a skeleton crew for the winter as far as busking's concerned?
Every which way you can possibly go where it's warm and there's money.
Yeah. Well, so folks, VADEN Landers and I are going to be staying in town. So if you need a musician for a corn shucking or barn raising or
weddings, divorces,
welcome home party, farewell party, housewarming party, house tearing down, house burning party.
Or if you just like us, plain and simple like us, you can just hire us for that reason.
For any party.
We do everything.
Everything. Yeah. And there are a number of buskers who are in town, even though we are running on a skeleton crew, but there is a handful of folks that are in town who have residences here and that are permanent within Asheville. And so if you're interested in hiring a busker, that's a great thing that you can do in a way that you can contribute over the winter months if you do have something going on that you need some entertainment for. I have lists of such buskers that I have put together, complete with pictures. So you can email me for that list at abbyspoonlady@gmail.com and contact these folks yourself. And so, if you would like to be on this list, and if you're a busker, which I've had a few people try to trick me who aren't buskers. Trust me, I know these things. You can't trick me, I know. Tell me you're a busker, but you ain't got the guts.
What'd they do? How'd they do that?
Well, I get a lot of emails who are, they're like, hey, put me on your show, or here's our deal. We go out busking. And, they have, they've never busted in Asheville.
Weird.
Like even hip hop bands. I'm like, come on.
Hip hop.
Come on. Can't trick the spoon lady. But there is a place for that music, and so WPVM isn't turning you away. If you do have some music that you would like us to consider for maybe not even this show, but other shows, you can forward us music. You can find out how to contact us, WPVMFM.org. You can also find us on Facebook, and I am also on Facebook.
I have my own music page on Facebook. You just VADEN Landers, other than my just personal Facebook, it's the page right underneath it you can find. Don't have anything to sell, but
well, I'm going to be dragging you in here all winter because I'm going to be twiddling my thumbs hanging out with this
I'll be in here a lot.
Skeleton crew. So, well, it is what it is,
Yeah. I mean, the winter's not so bad. It's really pretty up here in the winter, but the money isn't so pretty.
Yeah, and if you're a street performer, you get a little spoiled here. If you're
Kinda like New Orleans,
practiced
yeah.
and good at what you do, you get a little spoiled here.
Yeah.
And the truth is that season hits everybody, meaning our artists and such that, you know, in the Crest Building and Woolworths and our galleries, our artists elsewhere, the coming of winter and the end of tourist season also hits them. So this
Yeah.
Christmas, when you're doing your Christmas shopping, think about buying local and kind of spreading that love around, so it makes it a little bit easier for us. And if you go to have a party, think about booking a local performer, because, you know, the end of tourist season also hits them bar bands too, you know.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's not just us, it's everybody around, you know. It is what it is. You know, we start having restaurants kind of laying people off a little bit. And
Yeah, there's
our tour groups.
A few of my friends just got laid off because of the winter hours being so low.
Right.
And tourism being at really low.
Yeah,
Also
we've
kind of rainy.
We've had a handful of musicians and buskers coming through who had tried to set up residence, but then absolutely couldn't because they couldn't afford rent with the upcoming winter.
Yeah. It's true.
And it's real sad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe we can figure out some solutions for the future that can help some of us stick around. I think it's possible.
I think it's possible. It just takes them a lot of brainstorming.
Yeah, well, we can do it.
We got this.
We got this. We got this. Well, what do you want to do? Are you wanting to play some tunes, or I can pull up some of our Fly Night Rounder CD if you
We
want
can play
to do
one of
that?
those, and after that, I'll play a tune or two.
Okay, let's do that. All right, folks. So, VADEN and I have been working on a couple of projects. Shifty Drifters being one, which is morphed into the Fly By Night Rounders. We can give a little bit of a shout out to Carl Schmidl Fiddle and Sugar Puddin' Jesse Lloyd.
Oh, speaking of local business and workers, if you guys need your haircut or get color or all kinds of stuff, my girlfriend Jessie Lloyd works at Bari Salon, West Asheville.
She's the gal that's been playing washtub bass with us, if that puts a little.
Yeah, she's the washtub bass playing / hairstylist.
And that's how she's getting through the winter. So there again, if you want to know how you can help out, there you go. Go get your hair cut.
Get your hair did.
Go get your hair did. All right, so let me find this miscellaneous track. Fly By Night Rounders. Oh, maybe I don't have it in my folder. I do have Shifty Drifters, though. Let's play that. Yeah? All right, here we go.
All right, 1, 2, 1, 2,
Hey, folks. You're listening to WPVM 103.7 FM in Asheville, The Voice. You can listen online at WPVMFM.org. I'm Abby Spoon Lady, and we've got Vaden Landers in here with us. Now, remember that name, Vaden Landers. He's going to be booking some miscellaneous randomness over the winter. You got to make sure to get out and see it.
Every Friday night at the Burger Bar, I play from 8 to 10 o'clock. sometimes with and without the whole group, most of the time without.
Sometimes I even go.
Yeah. We have a New Year's show at the S&W building as the Fly-By-Night Rounders. New Year's, don't know what time, I think it's 8 o'clock. And a show with a band from New Orleans at the auditorium on the 9th at 8 o'clock also.
Yep. So be there, be square, and we'll be making sure to catch back up and remind you about these events throughout the remainder of the month and as they're coming up. Now you're going to be recording a solo album.
Mm-hmm.
You've been kind of putting that together in your brain for a moment, and it's kind of a long time coming, and you've been rolling that around in your brain all summer,
Yeah.
I think.
I think, but the more I've waited, the better the songs that I was trying to write came out a lot better. So the more time and practice I got, the better it sounds, I think. I'm almost ready, I think.
Yeah. All right, well, do you feel like playing on?
Yeah, I'll play a song, California Blues, and Jimmy Rogers.
All right, let me roll this over here for you.
I'm a little stuffy, so my voice might sound a little funny, but...
That's all right. Sound good no matter what you do.
Is that loud enough?
Yeah, you're good.
Let's see. Loud? Good.
Sounds fine.
All right. Well, I'm going to California where they sleep out every night. Well, I'm going to California where they sleep out every night. Oh, I'm leaving you, mama. Well, I know you don't treat me right. Oh, listen to me, mama, while I sing this lonesome song. Ah, listen to me, mama, while I sing this lonesome song. Well, I'm worried now, I won't be worried long. I've got the California blues, and I'm sure gonna leave them here. I've got the California blues, and I'm sure gonna leave them here. I may ride the blind, I ain't got no railroad fare. Oh, listen to me, mama, tell you something you don't know. Ah, listen to me, woman, I tell you something you don't know. Well, I'm a do-right daddy, got a home everywhere I go. I've got the California blues, and I'm sure gonna leave them here. I've got the California blues, and I'm sure gonna leave them here. I may ride the blind, I ain't got no railroad fare.
Woo! So, you do a little bit of writing too. I really kind of like the way you do your writing. It sounds very nostalgic.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Yeah, you could say that. I don't know. I I write a lot about the same things over and over again. I kind of just write a bunch of different songs about loving either one person or hating something else, or I write some songs about like poverty and what it does to people. I don't know, political issues. I don't make it as apparent sounding, but it's more like metaphoric. But I'm not a very seasoned writer. I don't really write all that much. I only write something if it comes to my head. I just write it on paper, and if it sounds good, then I roll with it. If it doesn't, then I don't.
So you don't really pick at it. You just kind of let it flow and come natural.
I'm not one to sit there and like
Be like, oh, I gotta write this. What
tap
fits
tap
there?
tap 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 tap. Oh, that's well, there you go. Yeah. And then no, I can't do that. I have to. If something is flying around in my head, I'll write it down. If it sounds good, then I'll stick with it. But if not, then I don't.
Now, when you first started playing music and coming out busking, what kind of music were you playing?
I was playing like strictly folk music, like Woody Guthrie and like Barbara Dane, and like traditional American folk music. Not really much different than what I play now. Just like I never really played like ragtime or anything like that. I played jug band music some, but I wasn't very good at it. I'm still not that great at it, but I try.
Well, you want to play one more, and then maybe after that we'll take a little bit of a break and come back. We can tell folks some events and what's coming up this week, and
Yeah.
maybe if you feel like it, we'd play a few more.
Yeah, that's
maybe
fun.
talk some politics and poke people with sticks and stuff.
This next tune
I
is
do that.
called Jonestown Blues from Gus Cannon.
Perfect.
I left Lula, going to Jonestown. All I left Lula, going to Jonestown. Them Jonestown brown boy, so did make me frown. Oh, and I got to Jonestown, laid my banjo down. And I got to Jonestown, laid my banjo down. Them Jonestown boys called to make me down. All I left Memphis, going to Jonestown. All I left Memphis, going to Jonestown. When I got to Memphis, boy, I laid my banjo down. All I left Lula, going to Jonestown. All I left Lula, going to Jonestown. Oh, the Jonestown brown boy, so did make me frown.
Woo! That's awesome.
I love Gus Cannon.
Goodness. Well, I'll stick some of that into our automate system. We've been loading some real awesome new tunes into our playing system here at the radio station. And so, folks, if you've got some ideas of things that you wish that you could hear, if only you could hear it when you turned on the radio, send us a message, wpvmfm.org. You can find us on Facebook. You can message me, abbyspoonlady@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook, spoonladymusic.com. Now, we've got VADEN Landers here. He's been playing a few tunes. And I want you to remember that name, VADEN Landers, because he's going to be booking on and off some random stuff over this winter, and he'll be in town, and he's really going somewhere. And so, yeah, pay attention and get to know him before he's famous. Woo! That's what you do. Woo! Got to get in with the in crowd.
Maybe your name will be on that blimp.
Maybe.
Maybe your name on that blimp.
I've been wanting that for a while.
Can we choke cornbread? That's the first thing I'm gonna say. That's what it's gonna be on my tombstone.
Here we go.
You gonna eat your cornbread? Pass that mac and cheese.
All right. Well, let's take a break for a second now, and then when we come back, we'll get to go on talking a little bit about some upcoming events, and we'll do the show listing. But for now, I wanted to maybe play some Brendan James Stevens, a vaudevillian.
Awesome
and,
guy.
you know, because we were talking about maybe going down there and spending a week or two in New Orleans hanging out with him and playing a few shows in NOLA. Folks, we haven't made a decision yet. We may be stuck with, or you might be stuck with us or whatever, but you know, I'll make sure that you still get a Busker broadcast coming to you if that does happen.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
We love you, and we surely appreciate you listening, and that's for sure. But in the meantime, we got Brendan James Stevens from Canada, and he's really great. We've had him on a couple of different times, and he is totally worth it. Every time he comes into town, it just knocks my socks off, the new things that he's doing, and the way he uses his voice, his instruments, and everything around him.
Very
he's
unique,
just
for sure.
very adaptable, and the vaudevillain, you know, that name kind of says it all. And so I'll put in here a couple of tracks for you.
You can find his music on Bandcamp and Facebook too.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Brendan James Stevens. Google it. Remember that name too. All right. Here we go.
Shake it by the sun, you can keep on shaking till 1:30. You can shake it, mama, till the shaking's done. You can shake it east or west. I like your shaking, no shaking is the best. Oh, baby, you should shake it, miss. All right, now make that mess, honey. That I need, I need, I nerve. That I need, I need, I nerve. That I need, I need, I need, I nerve. That I need, I need, I nerve. That I need, I need, I nerve. That I need, but I need, I nerve. Well, I like your shaking, it's so obscene. Oh, baby, use a shaking machine. Come on, baby, shake it just for me. Yeah. But I need a nerve. But I need a nerve. But I need a nerve. See that gal, 5'4"? We used to shake it, but not anymore. Yes, we used to shake it all the time. Well, baby, I ain't good looking, I don't dress cute. But there's one thing, honey, I can do. I can shake it. Shake it just for you. All right, come on, that old shake blues. Yeah. shaking. By 1:30, you can shake it right by the sun, mama. You know you gotta keep shaking till that shaking is done. Well, you see that gal, she's 5'10". We used to shake it, but I don't know when. Yes, me and her used to shake it all the time. Alright, ain't got no education and can't read or write, but maybe there's one thing you gotta keep inside, baby. I can shake it just for you. Yeah, come on, baby. Yeah, now let's go around here.
All right, folks, you're listening to WPVM 103.7 FM in Asheville. You can listen online at WPVMFM.org. This is Busker Broadcast. I am Addie Spoon Lady, and we've been listening to Brendan James Stevens, the Vaudevillain.
On the mountain, never used a phone, never drank from a fountain. Well, I called them the Luxes, that's right. I called them the Luxes. Well, I called them the Luxes from Winona Bay. Well, they had a couple kids, they had no shoes on their feet. Half of them died from playing chicken in the street. Well, I called them the Luxes. What we call them? I called them the Luxes. Walked into the barn, ended up getting himself into some harm. A pigeon swooped down from aloft. Dougie cried, get this fucking door guard. Well, I called in the Luxes. Is that right? Well, I called in the Luxes. I called in the Luxes. Why, no, one more time. One, two, and one. All right. Well, I'm always picking out my liner. dee dum dee dum bum bum bum. But I dee dum dee dum dum. But I dee dum dee dum dum. But I dee da dee da dee da beedle bim bum beedle bum. I got this one. Go ahead, guy. What's up, folks? Well, I'm early. She's thinking of my liner. And I wonder if she ever thinks of me. Why? To me, she is a blessing. But she always keep me guessing. Just like a lot of fellas always gonna fortune tellers. I gotta find out what I'm doing. Why? 'Cause if I'm messing around, or I'll be ruined. Oh, just like Maggie, she gets her gin. It's my ever only pin. That's what my liner thinks of me. Two in one. so the rider won't be back till fall. If I find me a good woman, I won't be coming back at all. Yeah, I'm going to Carolina, I'm going to Tennessee. Yeah, I'm going to Carolina, I'm going to Tennessee. You'll find me down in the Dixie Day, drunk down in New Orleans. Speed up. I'm going down south, won't be back at all. I'm going down south, mama, won't be back at all. One more time. I'll be on my back up with my overalls.
All right, folks. You've been listening to Busker Broadcast on WPVM 103.7 FM in Asheville, WPVMFM.org. That there was Brenda James Stevens of Vaudevillian. I'm Abby the Spoon Lady, and we've got VADEN Landers here with us today.
Howdy.
So, events. What is going on this week? Let me tell you. Now, folks, if you have events that you would like me to list, I need you to send me an email. You can invite me on Facebook. You could post the links on our WPVM page. You can post the links on our Busker Broadcast page. You just let me know. Let me know. If you got events, let me know. So, the Burger Bar, we got live music with VADEN Landers every single Friday of this month. You want to talk a little bit about that?
I play every Friday night there, rain or shine, starting at 8 o'clock. I play usually around like 2 hours. Usually me and my girlfriend Jessie Lloyd plays the washtub bass, sometimes Abby. And then,
Yep. And Stillbred Scotty comes on before you, right?
He was, but he had to go back to work in his store job at Jack in the Wood. He does play there every Thursday, 2 to 4 o'clock. So before
every
the bluegrass
Thursday,
jams.
2 to 4.
Yeah.
Stillbred Scotty. I'm gonna write that down so I can be telling folks, because I want to tell you something. A little shout out to Stillbred Scotty here. He's quite the blues man. It's very worth
He's the best.
to go and see him and to witness this. He speaks and breathes the blues. Everything coming out of him, his pores. You know when you talk to somebody and they just portray exactly what they're practicing, and that's Stillbred Scotty. So, real cool stuff. Do
you have any of the Drunken Catfish Ramblers on here?
I don't think I have a Drunken Catfish Ramblers. I do have a Cud Chewer CD on here though.
Okay.
I do. I need to write that down right now. Drunken Catfish Ramblers. I need to put that in our automate. So if you're interested, something you can look up on YouTube is the Drunken Catfish Ramblers, which is Stillbred Scotty's project back in New Orleans. Really awesome street performers, busking down on Royal Street.
He has a lot of his more solo stuff too. It's under Stillbred Scotty in the Kitchen, man. Most of it, I've looked through a fair amount of that, so you can find it through that.
Yeah, I just ripped in his Kitchen Man album into my computer, so that will be going into the Automate system within the next week or so.
Awesome.
And so I've been putting together lots of stuff for our off show hours. If y'all have tunes, or especially Buskers, send me your CDs and MP3s. Maybe we can get it stuck into our system and folks can be listening. So tomorrow, meaning December 1st, if you're listening to our rebroadcast on Saturday, tomorrow, December 1st, we have the Asheville City Council swearing in at the City Hall building tomorrow at 4. So our new council-elects will be swearing in, and if you wish to be present for that, that's tomorrow, December 1st at 4 o'clock at the second floor of the City Hall building. December 4th, we got Resident Rogues back home with the Darnell Boys and Laura Blackley at the Mothlight. And you can buy tickets on the interweb. That's Friday, December 4th. If you're listening to our rebroadcast, you missed a really awesome show if you didn't go. And if you did go, then I want you to send us an email and tell us what you thought about the show. All right, but yeah, the Mothlight, Friday, 8 o'clock, December 4th. Resident Rogues back home with Darnell Boys and Laura Blackley. We've got... What else we got on our list here? Oh, Lost Dog Street Band, Saturday at 9 p.m. with Carolina Catskins at the Crow and Quill. Now, the Crow and Quill is a pretty awesome venue. They hire a lot of our street-type busker band types, and they really like acoustic, awesome tunes. I mean, they do some electric shows, too, but...
Very, very few. It's mostly just all, like, 20s-based music.
Yeah, well, it's really awesome stuff. And but this specific Lost Dog Street Band, very
Great
worth
band.
it. Yeah,
Great
very
band.
worth to go. I used to play some tunes with them in Nashville. 100% worth it. Spoon Lady approved. 100%. So we got Matt Heckler and the Driftwood Soldier at the Jack of the Woods Sunday, December 6th at 5 o'clock. Matt Heckler is one of my favorite fiddle players, really awesome fiddle player. Very, very worth it to go see.
He's an insanely good fiddle player. One of the best busking fiddle players I've heard.
Yeah, between him and Carl, I would love to hear them
And,
playing fiddle together.
Drayton.
Oh my goodness.
Drayton's really good from
Oh,
Resident
yes.
Rogues. Yeah, he's very good.
I'll shout out to the Resident Rogues again.
Yeah.
So December 12th, we've got Wham Bam Puppet Slam host Toy Box's birthday. They've got musical guests Fable Cry and the Resident Rogues, and that's Saturday, December 12th at 9 p.m. at the Mothlight. You can buy tickets on the interweb. And something really cool that our neighborhood yoga studio, and I absolutely love this yoga studio, the Little Volcano, they're doing Yoga with Cats, which is a Brother Wolf fundraiser, Sunday, December 20th at 3 o'clock. Kind of an interesting thing to get involved with. If you're interested in getting involved with yoga, the Little Volcano Yoga is a really awesome spot. They're right down on Wall Street, the end of Wall Street. Super nice folks. Totally worth it.
Oh, speaking of Brother Wolf, every Wednesday and Sunday, they from 3 to 6, if you're having financial troubles like feeding your pets, they will give you free cat and dog food from 3 to 6 Wednesdays and Sundays. You just have to sign like a really short piece of paper, and that's it. And then you just tell how many animals you have, and they'll help you feed your animals for a month.
Wow, that's really awesome.
I've actually done it myself. It really helps.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brother Wolf. Thank you. All right. Yeah, I think that's the end of my list for now. So send me your events and get logged in, and I'm gonna try to put together something a little more concrete for y'all to be able to send me your events over the interweb. So, and that being said, you are listening to WPVM 103.7 FM in Asheville, which is a community radio station, which means this is your radio station, which means you should get involved. Let us know what you think. If you've got an opinion, we might be able to help you get it out there. Write us an email. Let us know what you think about the shows you're hearing. Let us know if you think there's another show that another voice that you feel like should be represented. Let us know another genre for music. Do you want to host a show? Do you have a buddy that you think should host a show? Let us know. Let us know what you think about our current shows. Let us know. WPVMFM.org, or you can contact me, abbyspoonlady@gmail.com or spoonladymusic.com. All right. Then you want to play us a tune?
Yeah, I'll play one. This is Sitting on Top of the World from the Mississippi Sheiks.
Woo.
Was in the summer and all the fall, just trying to find my little hole in all. And now she's gone, I don't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world. Was in the spring, one summer day, just when she left me, she gone to stay. But now she gone, I don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. You'll come running, hat in your hand, I can find me a woman, quick as you find a man. But now she gone, I don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. I lose some days have gone by. All you left me had said goodbye. But now she gone, I don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. Gonna go to the station down in the Horn. Gonna catch me a freight train. Work so got hard, but now she gone, I don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. Just when I'm dead in my grave, there be no women for me to crave. But now she gone, I don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world.
Awesome. Awesome. So, do you have any thoughts about this season, this last busking season, compared to the busking season before? Do you feel as if things around Asheville are changing in any way?
Last year it seemed like there was a lot of last year it seemed like it was really like kind of just whatever. This year, last year I was just busking by myself for most of all winter. All summer. So I didn't really get involved with the whole busking broadcast thing and like all that in Abbey until later that year. So I wasn't really in the loop. But then whenever this summer has definitely been, it seems like there's a lot of animosity in a little bit. Seems like there's been, I don't know, a lot of changes that didn't happen for the good, and some that can still be changed, but I don't know when or how that's gonna happen.
Well, as a busker, what things do you feel like should change or shouldn't change?
I think what should change is I think changing the whole Pack Square into a no smoking area. I think that would really help with all the local wildlife hanging out, and which I have nothing against like that, but
Yeah, I'm proud to be local wildlife.
I'm proud to be local wildlife, but it makes it harder when you're in the same people and everyone's trying to get the same amount of money in the same little circle. It doesn't really work out all that well.
Yeah.
And things that could change, I don't know if they are going to. The permit thing, I don't think should change, but I think that could be happening because of complaints, this and that, not being able to structure everything right. I don't know.
Yeah, I personally am not for permits.
I'm personally not for them either.
And the reason I am not for permits is because when you put a permit system in place, it creates a situation where our buskers who are passing through, and I'm not just talking about traveling kids, folks.
No.
When I say that, we're talking about all walks of life, not just kids with backpacks. And it keeps those folks from being able to play a tune. Mm-hmm. And that's a bummer, because we have a lot of folks who are, stage acts, as an example, who will come through town on their way to, let's say, from Raleigh to Nashville and want to stop and play music for one night, and
They can't, yeah.
now they can't because there's a permit system in place, and we've lost out on some really great music.
Yeah, the one thing about permits is like everyone has to start somewhere, and no one is just immediately a good musician. I mean, like we were all there at one point.
Right.
We were the one that everyone hated there for a little bit.
Right, and when you talk about a permit system without, auditioning or any kind of control of trying to stipulate, who can and cannot busk, when it's a permit system that everybody can join, then what are you really solving?
It's kind of like permits to me are kind of just like underlining favoritism in a way.
Yeah, and see, and that's an issue, and see, me, myself, and I am not necessarily pro amplifier.
No.
And I've said that before, and in no way, shape, or form with my work with the Asheville Buskers Collective am I in any way, shape, or form looking to make amplifiers illegal, because that's not my place as a representative of
But
the Buskers.
watch your volumes. Like,
Right.
Consider it at least.
Right.
If that's how you do make money, then that's cool. But if you don't have respect for other people who will take it upon themselves to not be amplified, then definitely be considerate. Don't set up 40 feet away from someone and then blow them out of the water.
Yeah.
Amplifiers.
Yeah, well, last year we had a fella come out, and and this is where we start getting to that weird gray area as to what is a busker and who isn't a busker, and how do you define that, and where do you draw the line when it comes to what kind of acts should be allowed to play in an outdoor space in public on the sidewalk. And so last year we had a guy come out, and he had a table, a generator, turntables, the whole 9 yards, like he was set up like a DJ, and he had an acoustic guitar on his back, and every now and then he plays something or other acoustic, loop it, and this and that, and, but a lot of the stuff was pre-recorded music, and it's one of those situations where what do you do? How do you define what art is? What do you define what a street performance is? How do you know where that line needs to be drawn? Oh, you should be indoors. That's not appropriate for outside.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of these issues come from, is not knowing where that line should be drawn, because for some reason, the human nature that is within all of us always kind of wants to push boundaries.
Yeah, that's very true. Rules are meant to be broken.
And so when somebody else's First Amendment right is stepping on your First Amendment right, then what do? You
have to deal with it, I guess, sometimes. Sometimes you just got to deal with it, but other times there are certain things you can say or do to make a positive influence on somebody to make them change, but if they don't take it like that, then ain't much you can really do.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the way I describe a busker is just either like a person sitting out with acoustic instrument just playing for money and leaving, or a full band that is also a bar band or whatever. But you kind of have to like dumb your stuff down a little bit just to like to play on the street because it's supposed to be like a raw experience, not like amplified and what you would see on a stage. Like you're sitting on the side. I mean, you're standing on the side of the street watching someone play music. You don't want like half stacks and electric guitars and drum sets, sitting on the side of the street.
Yeah, you seem to draw that line a little bit closer to home, so to speak,
Yeah.
which is kind of what I do. And I feel like a lot of acoustic performers who are stuck in this New Orleans, Asheville traveling loop also feel likewise. But we do have folks who come out amplified and non-amplified who are extremely loud and will take up 3 spaces. And so how do you create a space where they can still find a place to play and you don't have to shut them out and you can still find a place to play and you don't have to be blown out? And how do you find that balance? And that's where we're sitting right now with the busking laws, is we're trying to figure out a way to make it so that everybody can play, because it's very, very obvious not everybody is going to follow by the rules and or care about the busker next to them. Or the business next to them.
Yeah, which is their
for that
prerogative. But if you come into Asheville, I mean, I think everyone pretty much that's been here before and is like a constant person that comes back here and busts knows exactly the rules, and they stay pretty close in with them. I mean, like,
Yeah, most do.
I mean, I break the rules here too.
Oh, me too. I mean, okay, VADEN and I block the sidewalk.
A lot.
We're really guilty.
Yeah.
We're
if anyone's got hit
guilty.
by a car because of us, sorry.
Well, I don't think anybody's been, when they talk about the danger with overcrowding, I don't think there's actually been any instances of anybody actually being hurt.
Just angry bus drivers.
Right. But we do have the bus honking at us, and so I will be 100% honest. We do also sell CDs on the street. SpoonLadyMusic.com. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Buy one.
But it is not legal to do so. Now, our police department here does not pick on us. I want to be very, very assertive about that point. They do not pick on us.
Yeah.
They don't turn their head either. If there is an issue, they will approach. But they have not gone around and picked on street performers. There's no cracking down.
This is the least amount of being picked on by law enforcement I've ever been in my entire life.
For city busking.
Yeah. This is like the easiest city in the world to busk in, for one. It's great money, and you don't get picked on by every person wearing a uniform. Like most cities, as soon as Nashville is definitely one of them. You post up anywhere, 99% of the time they're going to say something to you.
Well, about a month and a half ago, there was a bunch of officers in Nashville that were walking around telling street performers that it was now illegal to street perform in Nashville, and they had to go get a permit, and they even had a price for the permit. It's $100, but the entire story was completely false.
Yeah.
So now you have police officers completely making up a story and a lie, and having their police officer buddies standing there next to them completely lying to you to your face, stepping all over your rights, and there's nobody there standing up for them. And I sat there and I tried my hardest to get a group together like there is here in Nashville.
Yeah.
But it's impossible. And the police department, and I mean this very, very much, the police department and the way that they interact with the local wildlife, buskers included, in the downtown area in Nashville have ruined street performing downtown.
Yeah.
And that's the fact. And if they would leave it alone, the panhandling would drop. There would be less issues on the street. It would be a safer environment.
Yeah. Nashville's crazy. I mean, I like busking there, but it's crazy for sure.
Well, we have a choice here. Do you feel like playing something, or should we go through our busker archives and play a tune?
You should play Talking About You from Ladies on the Rag. It's a really good tune.
Oh, I do have that in here.
And then I will play a song after that.
All right, sounds like a plan. Now, you want to tell the folks who Ladies on the Rag is?
There's some friends. This is a band, New Orleans-based band too. At Sierra Farrell. You can find her acoustic music or her solo music on YouTube and Bandcamp. You can find this CD on Bandcamp. Pigeon, the banjo player, her and Sierra still play music now together. And Ali Kafka is the guitar player. She is in a band now called Evan Kinney and his Squirrel Skinners. You should definitely check them out. They're like rowdy old time music mixed with a little bit of country blues. I just played with them on at Burger Bar the other 2 Fridays ago. It was really fun. And believe, and then who else is in that band?
We got
Rachel Myers. Yeah, Rachel Myers.
Rachel used to play fiddle with the Shifty Drifters a little bit.
Yeah, Rachel is also in a band with Allie called the Old Scratch Sallies. You can check them out on WPVM.
Yep. All right, so I do have one of Sierra's solo album here. So I'm going to play Talking About You, and then I'm going to play one of Sierra Farrell's tracks off of her solo album.
Did you get Evan Kinney's CD while he was down here? I meant to get one for you, but I forgot.
I've got a copy.
Oh, okay.
But Ladies on the Rag, so Ladies on the Rag, and then Sierra Elizabeth Farrell. Now, when you're listening to Talk About You, I want you to listen in the background for the gal with the really bright voice, and then when her track comes on, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that this gal's voice is golden.
Yeah.
Classic and golden.
The oldest sounding voice for a young girl I've ever heard, for sure.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, so we're going to play these, and we're going to get right back to you. So here we go.
about the birds and the bees. I'm tired of seeing you hang around my cellar door. Yes, I know sometimes, baby, I can be a bore. You know that traveling's much more fun when you're with me. Nobody's got a hold over me. By the interstates and freeways, how they sound like the sea. I wish that all of you would just go away. Where you see, I want my man, my good time to stay. Oh, nobody's got a hold over me. Nobody's got a hold over me. Yes, I know the story about the birds and the bees. I wish that all of you would just go away. See, I want my man, my good time to stay. Oh, nobody's got a hold over me. Hold over me. Hold over me.
All right, folks, you're listening to Busker Broadcast, and I'm Abby's Spoon Lady, and we've got VADEN Landers here.
Hello.
And I really want y'all to remember that name, VADEN Landers, because he's going to be floating around over this next few months here in Asheville, twiddling his thumbs and looking for stuff to do, and you're going to want to make sure to get it out to his events because it's very, very much worth it. And once in a while I join. And we've also got Carl Fiddleschmiddle within our crew, and Jesse Lloyd, who's our wash tub sugar pudding. He's
Sugar
our
pudding.
wash tub bass. And we've got a buddy of ours named Truckbed that we hope will one day come back to us in a very friendly way. And we love him very much.
True that.
And so if he's listening, he knows exactly what we need. We love you. All right. So we've got about 15 minutes left here. I did want to ask you, what did you think about the last time you went to New Orleans? And what are the differences between busking in New Orleans and busking here?
My last experience in New Orleans, well, I went for Halloween, busked with a group. It was me and Ruby plays the fiddle, old time fiddle, and Julianne West. We used to be in a band called Tar and Rosin, and busking last time I was there in New Orleans was absolutely crazy. We didn't make any money. There was like nobody. There was everybody in the world was there, but there was like
Oversaturated.
yeah, it was just we just kept getting crappy spots, and then we didn't get out there. It was like you had to get out there like 4:00 in the morning to get your spot and like hold it all day. And then here it's like busking in New Orleans here, but in Asheville, but it's a lot less. It's a lot more laid back. There's not like
A little less competitive.
yeah, it's not as competitive because in New Orleans you've got some really hard hitters you're going against, like Holcomb High Rollers and Yes Ma'am, all those cats. Like, yeah, if you're busking anywhere near, then you might as well just pack your stuff up and head on home because you're not gonna make anything.
Hey, I bet we can give them a run for their money.
We could
I bet,
try,
I
for
bet
sure.
you we could.
We could sure try. I would
I
try.
100% believe we could.
I'd give it a shot though.
Now those bands are great. And I
Yeah,
want to
they
say
are
that
pretty
right
good.
now. That might be a little bit of a challenge, but those bands are great.
Mm-hmm.
They're awesome.
Not much of a difference though.
I tell folks about the New Orleans influence here, and that a lot of that has to do with the migratory patterns of buskers. And I feel like a lot of buskers also kind of learn and kind of float around the same kind of songs. Do you feel like that happens?
Yeah, tradition is definitely passed down. Well, if you're a jug band, blues band, ragtime band, whatever, like all the songs that you play, you're eventually gonna play one of the same songs that another band has played. Taken for Shifty Drifters, we played pretty much every Holcomb High Rollers cover they ever did, probably. I mean, very big influence, so we played a lot of their stuff. Just made it our own. But, yeah, I mean, in any sense, in any genre of music you're playing, I think everybody kind of ends up tiptoeing the idea of playing a song that another band has made popular.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's definitely, I mean, like riding trains and traveling, you definitely learn a lot of songs from other travelers and make them your own. Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Well, I know that since I've been traveling, I've hit up a lot of the major U.S. cities. And it seems like Boulder, Colorado has put in a handful of new laws that kind of make things a little tricky. But overall, it's a good bus, but it'd be hard to keep a roof over your head there because it's not very consistent as far as the flow, quote unquote, is concerned.
I haven't bussed there in a long time.
Well, yeah, well.
Yeah.
You know, and buskers there don't seem to carry a lot of the same kind of attitude as the Asheville buskers do, meaning
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to you and tell you I'm setting up over here and
Yeah.
we're going to have some communication. They just kind of come over and set up on top of you. I've been here for 20 years. And then
Yeah,
here's
yeah.
this guy busking, playing John Denver songs, and he's got a picture of him within his case from 40 years earlier or 20 years earlier that's got a picture of him next to his case with a picture of him next to his case. like one of those mirrors looking into a mirror.
That's very true, though.
If you've been to Boulder and walking around, you know exactly who I'm talking to.
There is, I feel like everybody kind of has that attitude where, like, oh, I work, 9 to 5 at, I don't know, a burger joint, and then I'm just like, oh, let's just go outside and make a couple more dollars, and then it's not, like, passionate, or they don't have any, like, really care about what they're doing. They're just playing just because they can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is cool, but, I mean...
There's a scene for it, but not a scene, quote unquote, underline, exclamation point.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. There's definitely a scene for it, underline, exclamation point, here in Asheville and in New Orleans. And, when we go over the West Coast, we got, San Francisco, Venice Beach, Portland area, Seattle, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
We get back to somewhat competition. And then also we could talk a little bit about Las Vegas.
Oh
Got some performers there, and that's quite a headache. And they've been going through a handful of miscellaneous issues with law enforcement. But
last time I was there, my buddy got arrested for hitting a flamingo with a broken guitar string.
oh goodness,
Yeah, he took the string off his guitar and
a real
placed
flamingo?
it. No, it was like a big plastic 15-foot flamingo, and like he just takes his string off his guitar and throws it backwards, barely hits the flamingo, and a cop runs over there and charges him with littering, and like I guess what do you call that? Defacing public property or something like that.
Because there's so many important things to do for police officers.
Yeah, I mean it's Las Vegas. Come on, y'all.
No, there's not a.
There's no sense in that city, and I mean every time I go there, I'm just like completely debunked. I don't know I'm like baffled about what's going on there. It's like the epitome of the American dream: big lights, half naked women, crazy Elvis shows. I don't know.
All right. Well, You want to play this one more before we go? We got about 10 minutes left. I figure we got enough for about one more. So, folks, if you're just now tuning in, I'm the Spoon Lady, and we've got VADEN Landers here.
Hello.
And I want you to remember that name, VADEN Landers. You can find his information on Facebook. I'm going to be posting a link to his Facebook page on WPVM's page and also on our Busker broadcast page. So make sure you sign up there and get liking on him. Or you can also like him in real life and show up to one of his events.
Yeah.
Or if you're a little chilly right now, you can come out in spring and catch us busking. So, like him in real life. All right. What do you want to play?
This tune is called Honky Tonk Blues. This is a Hank Williams song.
Ooh, I like it. All right, folks. I want you to make sure that you get hooked up on VADEN Landers' Facebook page so you can receive his updates. Right now, as we speak, I'm posting his links. And you can see him on Friday nights, every Friday night this month at the Burger Bar. Now, the Burger Bar is... and Spoon Lady is not a drinker. And so for me to say the Burger Bar is a Spoon Lady approved bar is a pretty serious thing. That holds some weight. I want you to know that.
It's the oldest bar in Asheville.
And they were, I think it was Rich Lee, who was kind of having a joke about the triple negative that is on their bar sign right now. We not have not burgers.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, but that's 1 Craven Street. Really, really great folks. Very often they got Food Busker outside.
Yeah, they even have Doc Brown's barbecue truck, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Best barbecue I've ever had.
So, it's a great spot to be. Friday nights, and we got live music every Friday. And so make sure you stop by and check it out. Now, And one more thing, I'm going to say this again, and I say this every broadcast. I want you to get involved in your community. That means this is your community radio station, 103.7 FM in Asheville. So let us know what you think. If there's a show genre that needs to be represented, tell us about it. If there's some kind of music album, even if it's, your local bar band up the street that just recorded an album in their basement, send us a copy. If we like it, we'll stick it on. And we especially want that band up the street that recorded in their basement. Yeah. We want that music. And the reason is because this is your local station. And nothing is more local than that. We want the real nitty gritty. We don't want any super polished, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, whatever, Nashville sound, whatever. We want Asheville. And so send us your CDs, send us your MP3s. If you've got a show coming up, let us know about it, Just send us your information. If you don't like something you hear on our station too, this is your station, let us know so we can fix it. And we don't know what we're doing wrong unless you tell us, and we don't know what we're doing right unless you tell us, and nobody's going to know your opinion unless you tell them. So just go ahead and get involved because I told you so. That's, if you could see me shaking my finger at you right now, that's what I'm doing.
Do it.
It's a very serious finger shake. I'm making a very serious face while I'm shaking my finger at you. Can you picture that? Yeah. All right, so maybe we should take us out with a tune. What do I want to play? All right. I think I want to play what I started off this whole 2-hour Busker broadcast with, actually. I want to play if I could find it. See, digging through the Spooniverse sometimes ends up being one of those endeavor. I'm never quite sure if I'm going to come back or not. But yeah, Connor, Jacob, and Ella had come in over the summer, and that's what I started with, and that's kind of what I think I want to start or end with coming on here. So they do their version of the song Codeine, and so let's take it out with that. And I hope you guys are having a really great day, night, evening, whatever. We'll love you, and tune in some other time. WPVM. You are listening to WPVM LP 103.7 FM. You can listen online at WPVMFM.org.